of the common misunderstandings with the work that we do for insureds is that people often falsely believe that we're working for the insurance company. So when we show up to your house, say if we are dispatched by your insurance carrier because we're their preferred vendor, yes, that's correct. But if you choose to hire us to do the work, we are working for you. You're the building owner, so when we show up, we have what's referred to as a work authorization. It's 8.5 sheet by 11, and this authorizes us to do the work on your behalf. If you're covered for the claim, sometimes we're paid directly by our insurance carrier. Sometimes they send you a check and you pay us. But the fundamental thing that's misunderstood in our industry is that we don't work for your insurance carrier, we work for you. In the same regards, if you want us on your claim, you decided that we're a brand you know and trust, you've seen our support in the communities, you've seen our trucks around, you know some of our staff. If you file a claim with your insurance carrier and they say that WINMAR is not a preferred vendor and they try to assign somebody else, you as the insured, as the building owner, have the full authority to say, no, I want WINMAR, I trust them, and I want them working on my home. You can tell your adjuster that and they have to follow your direction because you're the property owner. So that's the number one misunderstood thing in our industry. And then number two is that when we respond to a typical loss, say you have water in your basement and you have some contents floating in the water, you have boxes, couches that are wet. So we don't just come in and treat it as one claim, as one loss. We come in and we divide it into 3 losses. So number 1 is the emergency work, number 2 is contents, number 3 is rebuild. So emergency work is where we remove the water, we dry out your property, and we perform any demolition that we need to do. The other portion of contents has everything to do with your contents. So what is a content? A content is if you were to remove the roof off of a building, turn it upside down and shake it, everything that falls out is a content. So think of a table, think of the chairs, think of a couch, think of a dresser. Anything that's not bolted down, fastened to a wall is typically considered a content. So contents, when they're affected by a loss, they get handled as a separate stream, as a separate silo. And then once the emergency work's done, contents have been handled, the rebuild occurs, and that's the reconstruction. This is the typical, the drywalling, the painting, the insulation, framing if we need to. The reconstruction side is a separate piece. So any of those 3 streams are treated as separate assignments on our end under the same claim. So we may perform the emergency work and the contents work, but if we write a rebuild estimate prior to starting the work, you have the ability to receive a cash payment for that work from your insurance carrier. Now, some carriers pay you a % of the estimate, some pay you the whole amount. That's a conversation between you and your adjuster. But if you let us know that you want to explore the options of a cash payment, a cash out is what we refer to as, let your WINMAR project manager know so that we don't schedule our rebuild crews in anticipation of approval of doing the work, and we can bring that to your adjuster saying that they should phone you, the insured, and go through the cash out options for you. So just keep in mind that even though we did the emergency work and the contents work, we don't always have to do the rebuild if that's what you prefer.